We talked about wanting to have the rainwater collected off the house or little greenhouse and come in. So I mentioned that before. So it's time to do that gutter. So we have up on top, we've got a 2x6 that I've placed that we're going to attach the gutter to. So that's tacked on to our joist. So we have a reclaimed gutter. But Brian, it looks so good, so brown and pretty. Well, it's galvanized steel. It's an old, you can see a little rusted out here, but that's how we like it. So a nice rusted gutter, but we got it used. It's a good size. We do have to use our grinder. We're going to make a little cuts on the end. We're going to cut off the end because it's bent there, and we're going to cut this one to length. We just need the gutter to go from tip to tip of the, yes, just the tips of the two places on the gutter. So, or off the roof sheeting. So we have that. There's no downspout in this gutter, so was able to get a 4-inch galvanized steel downspout and 2 end pieces. We got some silicone and then some Rust-Oleum spray paint. We're spraying it brown to kind of give it a little bit of protection, hopefully, for that rust. So we're going to make our cuts. We're going to attach our downspout onto one end and then add the end cap there. We're then going to repaint everything, and we're going to use the sealant to seal each of the end cap pieces into place, and also seal where we're going to attach that with some clamps, sealant, and then screws to hold it to the rest of the gutter. Cuts have been made on each end, and you can see how we're going to layer the downspout piece below the gutter so water just comes off. I'm going to put some sealant in between there, and then we're going to screw it together. We'll seal the end caps on and probably put a little clamp on that to help hold it together for the time being, and then we'll start spray painting. Both end pieces are on. We put some silicone all around the inside, glued that. We've clamped the overlap here and then added a couple screws. You can see one there, one here, and one down on the side. And we had put some silicone underneath. We brought that edge right up to it, so hopefully that'll be a nice transition, and we'll let this all dry. Time to get that gutter up. So we have it all ready. Everything's been glued on the ends. We have even spray painted the little metal pieces in between. We've pre-positioned. I got some screws instead of the nails that came with the kit, and all of those are in place. We also fastened down there, you can see at the end. That's going to be our connector to our drain system. So we caulk that, use some spray foam to kind of help hold it in place. We'll get it up, and then once the other pieces, that'll help hold it in place anymore. So let's go ahead and put that gutter in place. Got the one end up nice and tight, and then we're working on screwing the other ones in. We definitely have a nice slant to it, so you can see we use the level there to make sure we're slanted down the right direction. Cool part with the screws, I think this will be easy to adjust if I need to. We're getting almost all of it, just missing a little bit there. We will screw that in, and this one comes over the edge here. You can kind of see what we did with that gutter piece. We're gonna use that now and connect into here. Next we'll be doing the gutter pieces. Here we go. We got the gutter in place, so you can see that it has a nice slant from side to side. No issues there. Now we're gonna install the pieces to get the water inside the greenhouse. So have dry fitted an extension piece, a little 45 with a coupler, another extension piece, and then the 90 that's going to turn it. So we have all of that set up, dry fitted, because I'm going to remove it when I make a cut here. And you can probably see I have drawn a little circle. So I'm going to use a circular saw drill bit. You probably use a jigsaw for this. I've been cutting the pipe pieces with my grinder, but you could also use other things, you know, a hacksaw or something like that, or reciprocating saw. But We're going to cut that hole and then attach those extension pieces inside. Lots of dry fitting before we glue, because glue is final in plumbing.
How's that gutter system coming along? I would say outstanding. As you can see, the gutter was in. We dry fitted, and now we have glued these pieces into place. And then we drilled our hole, right? It went through here, and then I have put some caulk around here to seal it in place. This is pretty solid now. I give it a little shake. I think I'm going to spray that with a little spray paint, make it brown, just to get rid of that white up there and take the black and make it brown so it blends in with the wood and the gutter. So there's our entry. You can kind of see what's happening inside. We're running that pipe around. Let's take a look at that. So on the inside, the goal was this. We caulked along that as well, but a little Y piece here. One to go straight. We ran it along the edge, another 90 in the corner, and then we came over here and we have just a 90. That's not glued in place. I could pull this piece off in case I needed to clean it out. I wanted a nice direct access. So in a sense, that is covering our whole garden. So it's taking us all the way back. This side the same way. It's coming down all the way to the end. I didn't have any way to strap this in, so this was an old tie I had. Decided to cut it in pieces and just screw it in place to hold this from dancing. The last thing we did to try to make water come out a little bit at an angle, I don't want it to go into the window, was we put a bunch of holes. See if you can see those. I'll try to get a better camera angle. There you go. So a bunch of holes, just a varied pattern is what we were looking at. And the goal here is so that water comes out and sprays a little bit, doesn't go right down into the wood below. So we'll see how that works. But that is our indoor water reclamation project, taking the water down from the outside in, and all the rainwater will get our first two little plants. Little volunteer tomato, another volunteer tomato. So to test this rain gutter system, we are going to simulate rain with a watering can. Thank you, son. You're going to put watering can, and we're going to watch it go down, and let's see how it works on the inside. All right, Tyler, go ahead and...
Oh my God!
Oh, it's raining. Listen to it. Let's go see inside. What's happening? Oh, yeah. Water is flowing everywhere. Look at that. Now we put a couple cuts because it was going back on the wood. So this is good. Looks like I got to put something over there. It's coming out the side here. Getting a little splashy. But that's okay. We just wanted to simulate a little rain, so I think this will work. I just need to add a couple more pieces to keep the water off the sides. Go rain gutters!
That's so cool, guys. You should like and subscribe.